Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy. I'm going to do a coaster set. I'm probably not going to do them all with you, but I need to use up some paint, and I also need to restock my Etsy shop. So after I do like a traditional bloom or something, I've been trying to at least get a coaster set started. So excuse me, I can refer back to the colors and kind of see what I did so I can finish them later. So part of what I'm doing here is using up, excuse me, some old paint. So this is Bluebonnet from Colourarte. It's a PrizmPour color. So that's going to be our bottom layer. This is Summer Breeze. I really like this color, but it's been mixed up a long time. This is also from Colourarte. It's nice like seafoam green. And this particular color has kind of a frosty pearl base, so it's really beautiful. This color is mixed up a little thin, so that's one of the reasons I'm adding it in, is I'm trying to make some room in this little pod so I can thicken up this paint. This is Dragonfire from Colourarte, and I actually have a short video of this where I show you the colors because I've never had this color before, and I got it from the Master Color Library, and it's such a cool color. So I'm going to include that so I can use some of what's in that pod and thicken it up. Excuse me. And then I'm probably going to use Quinacridone Magenta from Atelier, Diox Purple from Atelier, and a little bit of Cobalt Teal from Glidden. That seems like a lot of colors. I like those three colors excuse me, together, and I think they always make beautiful coaster sets when they're together. I thought about only doing the Diox and the Teal. Maybe I should do that just because I have so many colors here. Yeah, but I'm probably not. I guess I could. Let's take, no, I'm sorry, I'm indecisive. I have another green color that needs to be used up that's less sea foamy and more green, so maybe I'll do something similar and kick the magenta out for that one. Oh crap. Oh no, okay. I'm trying to use up the rest of my Glidden pillow paint for coasters because what I got out of the bottom of my can is full of bubbles. And so I'm trying to use what I decanted for coasters instead. That's probably a little too much. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll do this one together. I'm gonna, oops. And then if it goes well, this may be the only one I do on camera, and this will just be a short one. I like to record mostly all of what I do for like this on camera because I can refer back to it very easily and find out how I layered the colors and all that. And so it's sort of like my little art journal, and then I share with you at the same time. And when I was first blooming, I really loved watching people do coaster sets. I think I'm going to do Dragonfire next just because it's so thin. But I liked watching these color combos because I did a lot of coasters when I first started, and that was honestly some of what sold for me was my coasters when I first started blooming. And so I liked to see what people were doing. It helped me. Okay, I'm gonna do just a, let me not do that. It's gonna be too many things. So a little bit of Quinacridone Magenta. It's a little thick. It's not a little bit. A little bit of Golden Teal. I'm kind of not doing puddles on purpose because I don't want one color to take over a bunch and the others not. Okay, Diox always takes over, so we want to be a little less heavy-handed with the Diox. And I'm going to use an Amsterdam titanium white cell activator because I have it mixed up. My favorite to use is M Gram, but most people love Amsterdam white. So if you're starting out and you're like, what the heck is M Gram? I get M Gram from Blick. I just really like the effects it has. But most people use Amsterdam and it's perfectly good. So let me zoom you in so that you can see when we blow this out. I'm going to blow it out with the world's smallest blower, which I got from Amazon. I have never tried the green one. I've heard that it sucks. The orange one is the one I use. You probably can't tell because it's covered with paint. And it's listed in my Amazon shop. The link is below. I get a lot of questions about that. To me, it's perfect for coasters, and it does a great job. So when I practice blowing things out, I don't practice on coasters. I practice on 6 or 8 inch or 10 inch or whatever. Just because this does a better job than I can do. So, all right. Oh, that was weird. Got a little stumped there in a couple places. That part is weird. I went down into the pillow, but my pillow paint is unusually thin for being the bottom of the can, so even though the leaf blower is kind of the perfect amount of pressure, it's kind of going deeper than it normally would into the pillow. I'm glad I kept the magenta in because it creates this really cool color when the Diox purple kind of runs across it. But like, it kind of blasted down into the center there. Like it was a lot more of a direct blow than it usually is. So I'm just letting that develop a little bit in the center. This right here needs to be extended and do a great job right there. Can't get the cells to stretch out, but that'll be all right. All right, so kind of breaking the surface tension to let a couple cells come through in the center. We'll spin it out. I think the colors are pretty together. The Bluebonnet is a nice base. The seafoam is peeking through there. Not seafoam, sea breeze. It's peeking through there quite nicely. The Cobalt Teal plays well with the colors. So I'm kind of digging it. Let's spin it out. I need to put a little paint on these corners. It sucks because some of the prettiest part, I don't know if you can see that, but some of the prettiest part comes off the side. Since I didn't use a ton of pillow paint, well, I did use quite a bit, but since it's not moving very well, I'm just trying to help it out. Cut those corners or cover those corners really well. was kind of an exercise in futility. This one cell in the middle is weird. Probably should have just left it alone instead of trying to help it along since it was so shallow right there. Okay. Not the greatest composition, but be nice in a little coaster. A couple places where that blow was really strange. A beautiful color combo. There's some ribbons of color kind of showing because some places didn't blow out as consistently as others. But I just saw something crazy a second ago. Where did it go? I do like the combo, and I think it'll be a pretty little bloom. The funny thing about coasters is, like, it usually takes me one or two to really kind of get my mojo. So like by the third one, they look great, and then, you know, that's often when I have not recorded the whole set, and then I'm like, man, the first one may not have done it some justice, but I don't know, she's pretty. We may do one more together just to see if we hit the jackpot. I mean, this is really pretty. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty. All right, let me show you this one and we'll try one more. I think we have enough paint to the end now where we can whoa, you're still zoomed in. Blurriness. Really pretty detail, pretty colors. It's a little more humdrum than I thought it would be, but I think it's in how it was blown out. So we won't discount altogether. Still be part of a cute little set, and there's some really pretty detail in there that when it's resined will really show off more than it shows now. But you know, Amsterdam didn't do too bad for us here with our Cell Activator. Got a crazy corner right here. That didn't help. It's crazier now. Okay, be right back. All right, let's try that again. I noticed, I don't know when you'll see this video, if it'll be before or after the last coaster set I just did. I noticed when I did that one that the pillow paint seems to be spreading out easier than it usually does. So I don't know if it's, again, like it was the bottom of the can, and I don't know if it's like, if it was thinner, if that's why it has more, I don't know. I just know that seems to be causing me some composition challenges. And I know that I shouldn't blame the composition on the pillow, but Dragonfire. This one is very thin compared to its friends. Seabreeze is a really cool color. Okay, then we'll go Magenta. And then the Cobalt Teal. And the Diox. This one has a lot of bubbles in it. Okay. Yikes, that was a lot of purple. In the center. Not everywhere else, but all right. Zoom you in a wee bit. Okay. Let's see how this one turns out. I'm so used to like bold colors, so when how I blow it out kind of mutes the colors, I'm like, boo-hoo. But muted colors are also very pretty. It's just weird how like what you have in your mind really influences the way things turn out, you know what I mean? So, all right, let's do this. Again, going way too deep. Yo! That was my fault. That's better. I can already tell it's better. Still had a couple of opportunities. So the other thing is, like, when you don't do coasters for a while, you get a little rusty, and then I've also been doing coasters using old pillow paint that's too thick, and that blower works okay for that. Oh my gosh. This cell that popped had a bubble underneath it, and it let the pillow paint through. I don't know that there's anything that we can do about that. I may have just made it look worse. I think I did. This other one does too. It's gonna look like a giant measle. Oh well. Anyway. This blower works well for really thick pillows that you would not be able to use otherwise, because it does blow hard enough to help break through it, or not break through it, but move it. Oops. There's still quite a bit in the center. It's so weird. I love the lacing on the outside. It's so beautiful, but I still have quite a bit too much in the center. I keep waiting to see if something's going to break through before we spin it. Some things are happening, but I don't want that cell. I don't want more like that. So some of the ones that came through are really cool, but one of them is not. So we're going to give it just a second and then we'll spin it around. So in the meantime, I'll cover corners. It's amazing how long a little tiny coaster can take when you have to putz with the composition. All right, well. There was a place where we needed to move the paint out a little bit, but I don't know if we will be successful. So yeah, I'm on the fence about how the center of this one's gonna go, but the colors are a lot more rich. Like the actual blowout is a lot better. So you know, that first one may not even make the cut, depending on how the others blow out, but. All right, let's give her a spin and see, and then for the sake of time, I gotta stop after this. And so everything else I do will either be off camera or maybe I'll catch it later before I edit the video. This is a mess right here. I really want to fix this, but I don't know that I can. Where the pillow paint came through. It's gonna make it look really messy and muddy right there. And more stupid bubbles are popping in the center of those other cells. I'm telling you, this pillow paint is like trying to haunt me. I don't really believe that, but you know, it's like, haha, make fun of me. See what happens to you, little jerk. All right. It's okay. I mean, it's just a coaster set, right? It's just paint. But it's like ever since I encountered issues with it, it's like no matter what I do with it, it's mean to me. But this one does, even with all of that in the middle, the composition of this one is just better, in my opinion. And the colors are richer. Maybe I did better balancing those three colors at the top this time. Maybe I needed more of the dioxazine in the center than I had on that first one. So, I don't know. Ooh. But making sure the corners are covered. It's so weird to me how I don't know if you can see that from where you are, but it's like bubbles popped in the center where those cells came through. And there's like this white dot of pillow paint, and it's really toying with my emotions, but the average person will not know that that is not intentional. So rather than be tempted to mess with it and make it worse, I'm gonna not. So let me show you this one. I need to pop the bubbles, but then I'll show it to you. And we'll call it good. Let me know what you think of this set. Don't forget about the description box. There's great discounts in there for you guys. And let me show you what it looks like. All right, everybody. So here's this one. I think it's a lot nicer than the first one. In fact, I don't know if the first one's going to make it, to be honest with you. But I think I will change my mind after it dries. But look at the detail in that. That Dragonfire color is really cool. It's very pigmented, and you can tell because it's totally dominating that light color. That light color is going to show, the Sea Breeze, it's going to show under resin, but it's just not going to be a very dominant color. So if I wanted it to show more, then I would need to take Dragonfire out. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you like these sets? Do you like to watch the experiments? So yeah, it's dripping on me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.